All right, friends and family, let's dive right into it. Welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday, tips to help grow your online membership community. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. It's really great to be with you guys here today. And, this time of year always feels warm and cozy, coming towards the holidays and New Year's, so really great to be with everyone here today. I am Jason there on the left, and we're lucky to be joined by David Rockland, the digital strategist here at Brilliant Directories. David, thank you so much for taking the time to join us in the webinar today.
Hey everybody, glad to be back with you for yet another Webinar Wednesday. We got some great updates and tip of the week coming up for you.
Awesome. And I always like to mention, if you're not already part of our Facebook group, I do encourage you to join. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. It's a great way to connect in between Webinar Wednesdays. I myself am in there personally, starting discussions, answering questions, and even beyond the Brilliant Directories presence there, the community is so fantastic there. Everyone is helping each other and also learning from each other. So if you want, just take a minute right now, just a few seconds. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and click on that blue join button there. All are welcome. And for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. Just want to share a little bit about what we like to do in Webinar Wednesdays. We started these back in about 2017, and it's really a way for us to not just showcase some of the new features that are baked into the platform week after week, but how you can leverage those features to grow, nurture, or run your membership community a bit more efficiently. So we cover topics, things like how to increase traffic, converting visitors to subscribers or paying members. And one of my favorites is the how to improve your website's navigation using some of the design settings or navigation settings to create a better flow, which ultimately can help result in more conversions and more people signing up or registering for your product or service. So if you have questions on these topics or similar or anything about your website, we'll do our best to get to as many as we can just a little bit further down in the webinar. So save your questions and we will get to them very soon. All right. And we're always busy here at the BD Labs creating new features. Generally, I would be posting some features that have been recently released, but I just wanted to go over some upcoming features that we hope to have completed by the year's end or just at the turn of the New Year's. So just want to go down this list here and kind of show you guys what's coming down the roadmap in just a few weeks. First one is really cool. It's the personal post feed add-on. And this one's going to be working in conjunction with the Bookmark Favorites add-on. So if you have the Bookmark Favorites add-on, you may want to consider this. It just depends if your site is rich in content like events or articles or other stuff people would want to like or bookmark or save. So if your members are saving content around your site. And what's really cool about this, I could show you an example of kind of what's coming down the line. Essentially, if you have the Bookmark Favorites add-on, when you go to a profile and a registered member's there, they could like, or whatever verbiage you chose for this button here, you can like or bookmark or save members and posts. And right now, all they have in their admin is a drop-down that says My Favorites, and it will separate the favorites or bookmarked posts based on the post type, like if it's a classified or community article, coupon, and currently member listings are part of this drop-down. So what this add-on and what this update actually is, we're going to parse out and separate the members from the posts first of all. So it'll be easier to see kind of your saved members versus your saved posts, because they're unique items, saving a member versus saving an individual post. And when you have the personal post feed add-on, you'll also have, the member will also have, and you'll be able to choose which members get this. It'll be a membership level setting. If they can see all the posts from the members that they've saved. So if they went to a member's profile and clicked save this member or bookmark this member, they'll have this extra link here, posts by saved members. And when they click on this, they'll be taken to a page which is their personal post feed. And it's very similar to kind of what we're used to looking at. It's all the content, but only from the members they're following or they've bookmarked, whatever you want to call it. So they're just going to see content from the other members that they're interested in seeing content from. There will be a search here on the side. However much content there is from the members will be the respective tabs. So if there's events or coupons, job listings from the members they're following, they'll see it here. And then, of course, you can search. And what's nice is they can go back to their dashboard if they want to. So it's not exactly like a Facebook timeline, but it is a way for them to bookmark members or follow members, and then they can choose to just exclusively see posts from those members. And what's really cool is you'll be able to choose what the URL is for this. So when logged in members go to, for example, I've had this set up as my feed. You can make it whatever you want. For that member, it will show their feed. And you can use this link around your site. So maybe you want to make it more prominent in the main menu if you're using the unique menu for logged in members, or wherever you want to link it. So you'll have this link. You can call it whatever you want, and you can basically place it at a place you think will catch your members' attention. So that's coming down the line soon. This one we've chatted about a bit in previous webinars, the ability to force end or log out any staff members that are working in your admin area. So this is obviously a security update, and it should give you some peace of mind. Maybe you've recently stopped working with a partner or a staff member or a developer, and you just want to make sure all sessions are logged out on all devices around the world. There'll be a single button that you, the owner of the website, can click, and it will end all those sessions. So we're looking forward to that. And we've seen huge strides in the web page builder and the ability to, I'll give you, it's very simple, but I think it's very effective to drag pre-made content blocks into the editor. And we're working on making that functionality available when you're creating email newsletters as well. So that's coming down the line, and it should help with creating your email templates, making it a bit easier. All right, halfway through the list here. The next one also is related to newsletter. Earlier this year, we created the ability to create highly segmented smart lists of your members. And so if you wanted to search for your premium California members that are past due, you can make a list, a smart list of that group of members, and then you can just send a newsletter to that smart list. Super cool. What we're also doing is you'll be able to choose the smart list you want to send the newsletter to, but also exclude people who might be in other smart lists. So maybe you don't want to send it to people who joined in October. So you can exclude another smart list that you have of members who joined in October or whatever it might be. So again, you can really hyper-focus your newsletters and get a little more ninja with it there. The next one here, I think it's one setting, but I think a lot of people are going to take advantage of it. We're going to give you the opportunity to make the width of the website wider. And I don't have the setting yet ready to show you, but I can show you what the effect will be on a sample site. So let's go to, let's just go to a profile page here, Mr. Sunflower. It's just a sample page. So we're all used to this. And the body width is basically, we can see the content on the right here to the left. And this is built on Bootstrap. And Bootstrap, they say the max width for the page should basically be 11,140 pixels. And that's what it is. But we're going to create a setting that will make that max width, give you the option to make that max width. We're going to call it extra wide, but effectively it's going to make the max width, I think, 1,500 or 1,400 pixels. So you'll be able to have a wider layout for the page. Again, it's a choice to have the aesthetic. I'll just duplicate this so we can see the before and after. So this looks nice. You can see the content very nicely, but you'll be able to kind of choose if you want it just a bit wider on your site to take up a little bit more of the page. It just depends what kind of elements you're loading on your page, but I think a lot of people are going to go for that extra wide setting there. So that should be coming down the line soon. And then lastly, I'm sure all of you have been noticing very small tweaks in the admin area. They aren't necessarily changes. We're just working to make many of the internal pages uniform so it's easier to find settings and adding some familiarity when you go page to page in the admin area. So we're just going to continue with that over the next few months, making small changes and helping to make the admin area a bit easier to use. And then I just wanted to say thanks for an amazing 2020. The BD team is working internally here better than we've ever worked before, the development team and the support team. And a lot of that comes to the way that we're working with you guys in the community. You know, the communication is strong, even in support tickets or the Facebook group. So I just wanted to say thank you. This is a slide we had from webinar Wednesday number 100 last month. So I just wanted to share this. We have a lot of milestones to celebrate this year. We have 5,000 Facebook members now, 6,000 YouTube subscribers, and the feedback from the community is what's helping to perpetuate, helping to make the platform better for everyone. And we really feel the love from all you guys, so I just wanted to reciprocate that back to you and let you know that we feel it and we're here for you guys, and we can't wait for an amazing 2021 as well. So thank you guys so much for being part of the BD community. So it's been a wild year. It's been a quick year that's gone by, and I just wanted to take a moment, maybe unmute some of you if you wanted to share your thoughts. What's one thing you learned this year about either your business or your website or your community? If you want to raise your hand. So let's see if anyone has their hands up here. Okay, we have Lindsay here. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and I hope you're still warm over there in LA.
Yeah, we're okay here. Thank you for asking. So yeah, Lindsay, you're an amazing member of the BD family. Thanks for joining the webinar. And I know you have a lot of experience. You're running 3 sites now. So what's one piece of advice or something you've learned from all your projects?
It's to really know the market that you are going to set up a directory in. That you know the niche, that you know the people that are going to use the website, and also what your members want. You know, it's really communicating like you do with the members that will use your directory or who you want to be part of your directory. Actually, it's not what you want. So I always say, take a step back sometimes and look at your website as you were a visitor. And that has really helped me grow my directories over the past 3 years. You know, I chop and change all the time from my original thoughts of what my directory was going to be. And that led to me building my second directory and now onto my third website. So it's step back sometimes and look at what you've done as a visitor. And that's one of the greatest tips I could give to people.
Thank you very much, Lindsay. So basically, know your market, and part of that is putting yourself in the shoes of the website visitor or the prospective member who's going to join your site. That actually ties into the tip of the week that we have today. That's wonderful advice, Lindsay. So thank you very much for sharing that. We've talked in previous webinars. I just want to touch on that point a bit more. It's, you know, getting feedback from your members and learning what their problems are or what solutions they're after, or even the type of words they're using to describe the problems they're having or the solutions they're after, because you want to emulate that same verbiage and language on your website so you can resonate and connect with them in a language that they're familiar with. So yeah, getting that type of feedback is definitely valuable there.
Jeremiah actually wrote in that he started a weekly Wednesday updates to one of his businesses, and it increased activity by 300% among 1,200 authorized dealer base. So regular communication on a regular schedule, he says, has made such an impact that if it's a few minutes late, we get people asking because they are trained to be expecting the communication. It's made a huge difference. Thank you. So basically, keep staying in constant contact with your members in your community. Set a schedule so they know when they can expect to hear from you, whether it's an email, a webinar, a live chat, you know, anything else. And that will really help to sustain your user base and also help to increase activity and engagement. So great stuff there, Jeremiah. Thank you for that.
David, I think we did a tip of the week on, I think it's this, creating shareable content that helps you work smarter. Yeah, this was it. 5 ideas for shareable content. It really makes it easy. Member status updates, downloads. I'm going to share this in the chat here. If you're looking for a way to have a constant communication with your members or your community via newsletters or social media posts, this video here, it's a short one, should provide some guidance and remove any roadblocks that might be stopping you or preventing you from wanting to keep constant contact with your community. All right, we'll continue with that, and I'll pass it over to you, David. This week's tip of the week, and we thought we'd keep it simple, back to basics. And David, you did a great job. We were talking about this before the webinar. We thought it would be, pretty high value just to revisit some of the elements that our pricing pages or the pages that explain the membership options should have on them. So if it's okay with you, David, I'd like to pass it over and you could take it away for us.
Excellent. So yeah, we talked about pricing pages, checkout pages in the past, general landing pages, but we never really dove into detail what specifically you should have on your pricing page, how complex, how much information you should have. And so we wanted to dive a little bit into that and get some good information out to you guys so that you can kind of gauge for yourselves what elements you may want to have on your pricing page. Some you may already have, some you may not, and you might want to add. And then others you might find might not be doing much use and you might be better off actually removing them. So let's start off by just quickly going over why you need a strong pricing page. It has one job, and that's to incentivize potential members to purchase your products or services, your memberships that you're offering. Your pricing page should only have that single goal: make visitors take action and buy what you're offering. So when you have a complex or possibly poorly designed, hard to understand pricing page, that has the potential to drive away some of your potential prospects, your potential members. Whereas in contrast, if we keep our pricing page simple and easy to comprehend, maybe we don't have quite as much information on there, but just enough so that it's simple, it's easy to browse quickly, it's easy to see the main points that we're offering, then that can enhance your offering's value and thus help push people across that finish line and purchase what it is you're offering. So when we think about our pricing page, we also want to keep in mind that when people come to our pricing page, we've already done the hard work and persuaded them to come to our pricing page to find out how much it costs for what it is we're offering. So most of that hard work is already done. Now we just need to give them that little extra push. We don't need to bombard them with even more information. We just want to give them just enough to take that action and buy. And so going right into the most important elements that your pricing page should have. One, it should be easy to find it, whether it's linked in your main menu, in the mini nav at the very top of your website, in the footer, maybe you have other links in sidebars or elsewhere, maybe on some landing pages. It should be very easy for somebody who isn't yet a member on your website to be able to find your pricing page and figure out how to go ahead and join your community. Number two is to have simple membership plan options. I know it can be very exciting to express what it is you're offering, every single feature that's included with your membership plans. But if you're offering a lot, then it can be overwhelming to go through all of those included features and then compare those features with all the other membership plans that you're offering. So for this second element here, sometimes it might be more beneficial to just narrow your feature list down to the most important elements that you think your target demographic, your prospective members are interested in. And that goes right into point number three, the benefits of joining. So maybe you want to give some broad benefits of why somebody should join your website. Maybe it doesn't have to be narrowed down to your basic plan versus your premium plan. But number two and number three here, the big things to take away are you don't want to have too many pricing options. You want to keep it simple and you want to keep the benefits simple. It should be very easy for somebody to comprehend what it is you're offering and be able to make a decision probably within the first maybe 20, 30 seconds of browsing your pricing page. The fourth element that would be incredibly beneficial are testimonials. We've talked about testimonials in a few previous webinars, and they can do so much in offering some extra credibility to your website, your organization, your community. When others see that members of your community have succeeded and are happy with what it is they've received, then that will further entice them to join as well. So having testimonials is very important. You could either have just normal text testimonials, you could have some images. If you have video testimonials, that would be even better. You can embed like a YouTube or a Vimeo video of one of your customers giving a testimonial right on your pricing page. And you don't need to give too many, just maybe 1, 2, 3 really good ones. Again, we want to keep the overall message of the pricing page very simple and provide an easy navigation, a good flow of information on it. Number 5 would be a way to contact you if they have questions. So this could either be just a button or a link at the very bottom of the pricing page that links over to your contact page. It could be embedding your contact form on the pricing page, or if you're using a live chat tool, then that would take care of that on its own. You wouldn't need to add any additional way of contacting you directly on your pricing page. And number 6, just a bonus one. This might not be something that every website would want to have on your pricing page, especially if you already have a lot of information on there. But if you want to either link to an optimized sample listing that you have in your directory, or you can include a screenshot of an optimized listing. If you've recorded a video, you can embed the video of kind of signing up as a sample member, or just going through, again, an optimized listing, one that's full of information, high quality images, maybe reviews if that's a benefit that you're offering. Just something that would really help entice the prospective member to actually go ahead and take that action on the pricing page and purchase. So there's 4 main elements that we want to keep in mind when we're optimizing our pricing page. And that's to keep it simple, to keep it clear, to keep it motivating, because we want those visitors to take that action and buy, and also to show that we're credible.
Just want to touch on number 1 here, an easy way to get there. Having a public pricing page is usually normal for most sites, but the other strategy is sometimes that you have to request to join, or you kind of put a red exclusivity rope in front of the membership plan. So request to be added to our site. Whatever the page is that you're directing people to get more information or learn about the membership plans, ultimately, the same things apply here. So maybe it's not an easy way to get to the actual prices that you're offering, but an easy way to request the prices, or to request how to be included in the website. So that's the alternative strategy a lot of people may be using. So just keep that in mind. And then also this doesn't just apply to membership plans. If you're selling ancillary services, maybe you do side services in addition to the directory listing, you'll help them with some kind of business marketing, or just something else that you're offering. Anytime you have a landing page for a product or a service or offering, I think all of these notes here that David put together would make sense to implement. So keep in mind, this isn't just for membership pricing plans. This could be used for any pricing throughout a site.
And the last thing to mention also is every site, every community is different. Every site's going to have a different offering, different target demographics. So some of these may not apply to your pricing page, but really it just depends on how it is you're managing your website, your member signups, all of that. So it's not really a cut and dry formula, but for most pricing pages, those elements will most likely be very important.
And then also a few other bonus tips. You really want to make an emotional connection. Sometimes you want to make them feel, I know it sounds mean, but they're missing out by not participating, or they're losing out on something by not participating, or they're not giving their business 100% that it could possibly get, or whatever it might be, by not signing up for your service. So those feelings of urgency, scarcity, limited time, limited supply, limited offering, doesn't have to be like that, but something to push them emotionally to want to pull the trigger and move forward, and really take a leap of faith. Because in the end, when we buy anything online, we're all taking a leap of faith. So you have to encourage them to take that leap of faith with you, and also with you rather than your competitors, if you have competitors in the space. Hopefully you do have some competitors in the space. That means it's a viable market, but hopefully you can outsmart the competition with some clever marketing and your choice of words. And as Lindsay mentioned earlier, is figuring out the feedback from your members, getting in touch with them, and building your site for the visitors and for the prospective members, not building the site for yourself. So all this ties into things that should be included on a pricing page. And David, you put together, albeit a generic pricing page, but it does have the components and elements that we're talking about here. So I'll just go ahead and visit this pricing page here and kind of let us know what we're seeing here and what's important to point out on this page.
All right, so yeah, on the sample pricing page that we put together, again, this depends on your current website, but we're utilizing the hero section option. And so instead of just having a H1 and an H2, a header and a subheading with just plain text, we're utilizing an inviting image to kind of make the page more exciting, more interesting. And then if you take a look specifically at the heading, want to be better at what you're doing, join 300 other experts benefiting from our services. So again, generic, just as an example, but the language that you use on your pricing page can really do a lot to convey some sort of emotional response from the person visiting your website. So something like this to try to get them excited about joining and, again, try to make them take that final action of buying would go much further than if we just had some plain text as the header that says pricing plans and then a subheading that says see our pricing plans below, join today. Something like this that we have on the sample page, want to be better at what you're doing, join 300 other experts benefiting from our services. That will go much further. And then below that, we've limited this sample pricing page to only 2 membership plans, the full access plan and the basic access plan. You'll see here we have both of them as premium plans, one at 25, one at 30. Having them so close in price really would push almost everybody to go for the full access plan at $30 a month rather than the $25 per month one. But you could do something similar if you have a free basic plan and then 1 premium plan. You could certainly do that as well. The thing here is we've limited the number of options that we're providing to make the decision easier. And then taking that one step further, when you look at the pricing, we've made the pricing so close to really make that decision even easier. 99% of people would rather go for the $30 a month one since it's only $5 more for even more benefits. And then you'll see we also spruced up the full access plan just a little bit by adding an icon on there just to bring some more attention to it, make it seem a little bit more exciting and exclusive.
And also what you've done here,
and
if I can chime in, Dave.
Yeah, I think you're going to touch on it was the button, the button text. So instead of just saying sign up now, we say yes, give me access now so I can get going. I can list my business or whatever it is I'm doing on this site.
Probably the most broad benefit would be something you want on that button, like yes, showcase my business or list my business or give me access or whatever the most broadest benefit might be, put it in that button because that's what they're after. That's what they're chasing. And that's what you want them to feel when they're clicking that button, that it will release endorphins in their mind when they click that button and it will take them to their happy place because they know that that's what they're after for their business or personally, and that button is what's going to give them that satisfaction. And yeah, I also wanted to touch on, if you have multi-plans, like this is 2, the simplest is 1 plan. Don't be afraid to have 1 plan. It could be a paid plan. And if you're wondering, well, how do I make a paid plan, 1 paid plan look appealing? Again, it depends on your model, but you really have nothing to compare it to. However, you could put it on sale for a period of time. You could offer a free trial period. You could do a few number of things, provide a coupon code that's valid just for that month. It could be an early bird or early enrollment period, and then the price goes up in the next month. So obviously when there's just one choice, there's nothing to compare. That in that case, you just have to create a sense of urgency and a reason for them to want access to your product or services or to get listed on your website. When you have 2 or 3 or 4 membership plans like this, it's always good to have one that's like the no-brainer, like just the obvious one that you want to drive more people to. It doesn't necessarily need to be the most expensive one. It could be somewhere in the middle, but it provides the most value most bang for your buck. In that case, you really want to use something called the decoy effect, where you're really trying to make that one's like unbalanced in the value that it provides and the price that you have to pay. So you create like a decoy option, which really drives people to the plan that you want them to really sign up for. They do huge studies on pricing strategy at universities and marketing companies. So we're just scratching the surface with some of the things that we're talking about here. But just keep in mind, as David mentioned, we want to keep it simple and clear so they understand very easily what they're signing up for. And again, the button here, yes, give me access now, that can go a long way in increasing your conversion rates for signups because you're creating that emotional connection for what you're providing to the potential subscriber.
Exactly. And then just below this, we have a short little FAQ section. Not every site will need this, but if you notice a lot of kind of pre-sale questions that keep coming up regularly, then this might be a good area to address them. That way people can immediately get that popular question answered. And then just below that, we have our testimonial. Like Jason's doing now, you could, of course, replace the FAQ section with that broader list of reasons to join that's less specific to the membership plans that you're offering and more broad to your membership and your community in general.
Exactly. That's what I was just going after. Is it doesn't need to be an FAQ here. Just easy to digest information, little niblets of information that continue to tick the needle on their emotional decision to sign up with your site. So it could be 6 reasons to join today, and as David said, it could be 4 or 6 broad aspects of what they stand to gain from joining the community in general.
Exactly. And then just below that, we have our testimonial. We've got a bright colored image with a bright colored title to help it stand out on the page a little bit more. And again, if you don't have any image, you can pull a stock photo. If you just have text, maybe you might want to have 2 testimonials side by side, maybe add some like 5-star icons or something like that to brighten up this section of the page. And if you can get video testimonials from some of your members, that would be even better, being able to embed a video testimonial. That way, as a new visitor, as a prospective member coming to this page, I can actually see face-to-face, or at the very least hear an active member speaking about their experience on the site, in the community, and why it would be worth it for me to join. And then just below that, we have our easy way of somebody being able to contact us if they do have any lingering questions. And if somebody does contact you through here, again, we want to keep in mind that the primary goal of our pricing page is to get people to buy, not necessarily to contact us. So if they do contact us, that adds an extra step in between them coming to the pricing page and purchasing. So if they contact you and they don't seem totally certain whether or not the membership is right for them, then at that point, since they've initiated dialogue with you, you might then be able to offer them some sort of special promotion or discount, or throw in something extra for them to, again, help push them across the finish line and purchase the membership or whatever it is you're offering.
Yeah, it's also kind of a way out. Rather than leaving the site altogether, you give them another opportunity to maybe contact you. And obviously, they might just have a very simple question or need just a little bit more material or information. And also, you can get their feedback. You can listen to what their concerns are about signing up, just like, again, Lindsay was mentioning earlier. So, getting that feedback, anything you can do to, one, you're going to capture an email address because they're going to fill out the contact form. They have to put a name and email. But again, you're going to create a dialogue. You're going to get feedback. You're going to learn, and chances are, you'll be able to persuade this person just by answering a few questions to get them to join and learning from them as well. So David, did you do any fancy coding to get this page up? Can we show what we did in the admin?
We can definitely show what we did. The only thing that was outside of the kind of default tools that we have was replacing the bullet points with those check marks, which are just icons from Font Awesome, which is a free service. But other than that, everything was done with the built-in tools, most of which was the draggable content blocks that we have now.
Gotcha. So let's see. First, you mentioned that, and we have, I don't want to go too deep dive into this because we've done webinars on them before, but you enabled the hero section. So you had the image here with some settings, and then the text is here from want to be better at what you're doing, join 3 other experts benefiting from our services. And then you styled that text here, the font sizes, the colors to contrast properly with the image. And that's what you've put for the hero section. In the page content, you basically took the default pricing page, you dropped an image here, correct?
Correct, yep. Right before the text, you place the cursor, you click the insert image icon in the toolbar, and just drag and drop to upload that icon image.
And you just updated the button text. You click on the button and click on edit. And of course, you can choose the checkout page. That should go to the corresponding membership plans checkout page. Let me scroll down a bit here. So actually, yeah, you're using the Font Awesome icons. Yeah, that is a bit higher level, but you know, just like you dropped an image here, David, you could certainly put an image here as well. I'll just drop an image here. And of course, you can make it aligned left and make it super tiny if you wanted to. Obviously, you can get an image of a check mark as an example and just use that. I just use this default image, but yeah. So we have our check marks there, and then you have the frequently asked questions here. Was this dragged from the content blocks here on the side?
Yep, the FAQ module, and again, like you just showed, you could replace this with a list of general benefits that people in your community get when they register to join.
Awesome. And then you have this like testimonial block here. Was there something specifically you used for this? The image, text with image left?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then just replace the placeholder image in there and rewrite the text so that we can place our testimonial text in there. And then I just got rid of the button since we didn't need to link anywhere specific in this module.
So you just replace the image and then that's it. And then, so this here, how'd you do this one?
So for this, I didn't use one of the draggable content blocks to make it as a whole. I kind of used some of the individual elements. So I dragged over the section title and then text block beneath that, and then the button link beneath that.
Let me go lower.
And at the very top, I just dragged in an image. So I used all of those newer single item draggable content blocks for this rather than the kind of pre-made modules.
Gotcha, okay. And then you put a button here, button link here. Okay.
Exactly.
So this isn't the image, but kind of using it as an example. And you could swap out the image for something else.
Yeah, so if you already have all the image and text ready to go, making a page like this really just takes, now that we have some of these extra tools here, maybe 30 minutes if you have most of this content all ready to go.
Okay. I obviously just did some messy stuff, but we'll just save the changes and see what I added. And so here's more frequently asked questions I included. Here's a section title. Kind of mimics this. So for this title, you just use the editor options here, the font size and the color, like text color and the font size, just to make it this brighter orange here, right? Okay. Yep. And also what's cool is we did add recently the ability to choose some font families here. This wasn't here as of a few weeks ago. It was locked into whatever fonts you had set in your design settings. So now you can even modify some fonts further based on some things that you're using in your design settings. And then, yeah, so I emulated what you just made here just by dragging an image, section title, paragraph, and button. And then obviously I could edit these however I want them as well.
Exactly. As you can see, I made questions and the single line of text just a little bit bigger. So again, played with the those text tools in the toolbar there.
Okay, fantastic. Well, okay, I know, again, back to basics, probably what we're saying just hammers home a lot of obvious things for a lot of people, but for a lot of you, you may want to revisit your pricing page and just make sure that you have some of these elements on there to help encourage member signups or whatever a product or service you're selling. And then you have this here. This was a previous tip of the week we did, right, David? Do we have a link for this?
We do. I'll go ahead and post that in the chat here on GoToWebinar, and then also for those of you watching on YouTube, post in the live chat there.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for that tip of the week. We'll pass it over to you guys. If you have any questions about the tip of the week that we just asked, your website, some of the updates coming down the line, please feel free to raise your hand, and we'll take a few questions here now. All right, we have our good friend Arlana. I've unmuted your mic there.
Hey, good evening.
How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
All right.
I have a question about a subscription, like a plan for people who just wanted to subscribe to the website. So not somebody who wants to be a
Searchable.
business on the website, but somebody who wanted to kind of be a member, like an ongoing member, but not on the business side.
Sure.
Website,
Good.
I don't want them to have their own page.
Good. No. So what's good is what I would recommend doing is you could do it two things. I'll just tell you where it is right here.
Okay.
On the first tab here, when you're editing your general user, you can, under the sign up settings, there's two: redirect page after sign up. So if you want them to go to the home page, you could just do like a / or just do /home. It'll go to the home page of your website. Same for the login. Where do you want to redirect them every time they log in to the site? What I would recommend is maybe creating one page on your site that's the portal page, and maybe just create a custom page. I'll kind of show you what I mean. Web page builder, and we'll just do it together real quick. And here, just take them to a page and just drag like 3-column feature list and said welcome general user, and take them to a page where they have like 3 different, or however many you want, but make this their portal. And now that they're here, and you can create this page like general, whatever you want to call it, general home, and modify, place these images and links where you want them to go. And now that they have access to the site as a general user, one of them can be my dashboard, and that would take them to their dashboard. Or edit my.
Well, I like the new with the personal post feed element that you were suggesting. It made me think of this because then maybe they could do favorites.
Sure.
Their favorite holistic practitioner, or their favorite whatever people on the site.
Yeah. So what you can do is, now you're bringing up some personal post feed, whatever you want to call it. You might give it a catchy name. So you can create this custom page and make this the page that they're directed to after signing up or after logging in, whatever you call it, general home, and just put like 6 places that you want them to go on your site. One of them could be like search members, or whatever, find practitioners. So one of them could be finding content. One of them could be some of the dashboard areas of their site. One of them could be the last one here, Arlana. It could be upgrade, and upgrade from a general user to something else, and take them to the upgrade page. Maybe they registered as a general user, but they're actually a practitioner. So you take them to the upgrade page, from here, and you just link this. What's really cool is this. When you're logged into the site, and let me log in. Let me go to Demo Bootstrap real quick. So when you're logged in, if you click on this dashboard link, this is the link here. So you would just use account home, and you'd put that as the link for this. So let's edit this link. Where do you want it to go? Account home, or other account pages. Like maybe your site is focused on classified, so you can take them directly to the page where they would post a classified. Now this is beyond the general user, but just to give everyone an idea here, you would just edit the link, and this is the link to post a classified when you're logged in, account classifieds add. So you can get really clever, but creating a nice portal page like this might work out for a lot of sites. You just have to create the custom page. I'd recommend just using the draggable content blocks and find some pages you want to direct them to beyond the main menu links that everybody's seeing. So just something to think about there.
Can you think of a good reason why I might want them to have their own profile page? I mean, to me, once they sign up, I'm thinking more as a general user looking for information. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, no, they don't need a profile page, but you probably just want to collect basic contact information from them, but they don't have a public searchable profile on the site. They just can put their name, their phone number, their email address, and whatever other little bit of information you want to gather from them. And then the upgrade, my plan is, why not have an upgrade option from general user to your regular plans to be a searchable member. Maybe they are a practitioner, they just registered as a general user, but give them the opportunity to upgrade to one of your professional plans.
Right, right. No, that's great. I was just trying to figure out, I have people signing up for the newsletter, and I thought, well, how can I make it more integrative so that they come back,
So that's what I like. Instead of just signing up for the newsletter, have them sign up to your community as a general user, which includes the newsletter.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Subscribe to our community, and being part of our community allows you to bookmark or save your favorite members, download, get the digital products because you got to be logged in for that, and also get newsletter. So there's lots of benefits just for being a general user. So you can think about that, but then create maybe a portal page you want to direct them to. So just to reiterate for you, you can, under the membership plan settings, the first tab, just search for the redirect page after sign up and redirect page after login. And then you can set the pages they'll be directed to after sign up and login respectively.
Perfect. No, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good question there. Good topic there. Good topic there, because we have so much control over our directories and, again, the navigation and experience of the users. And a lot of these are, again, granted, there's so many settings baked into the platform, but these are great questions so we can all learn on this webinar. And how simple to create a page that, okay, after you log in, yeah, they don't go to that account dashboard, which is fine if they go there. You can actually put custom content there too, but you can take them to a special page that you create with links to areas within their member dashboard and areas they now have access to on the site. And you can create a beautiful experience depending on the membership plan with these simple things. Obviously, you change the images, titles, and button links, but all within reach. Okay, let's see who else has their hand up here.
So Eduardo typed in a great question. I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but I know there are some website owners out there who have done this and choose to run their finances this way. He wanted to know if he doesn't want to request new member signups to input a credit card for a premium plan and instead have them do a bank transfer or something like that. How can he still let them sign up and just be inactive until he receives that bank transfer or wire, whatever it may be, and then he goes in there and into the admin area and then marks them active?
Sure. So this is a pretty common question. Let's say someone pays you cash, you meet at a coffee shop, or they mail you a check. Obviously, basically those are off-site transactions with no credit card on file. So you're talking about an ACH transfer. I'm going to share this article in the chat. Basically, in his case, what he can do is, and I'm assuming that's for a one-time payment. If they're going to be sending an ACH. So here's what we can do. He can create a membership level, and he can call the membership plan premium plan and call it pending. And it can be free, and he can explain, sign up to our premium plan pending you send us funds via ACH. After you register here in the thank you email, we'll give you instructions on how to send us the ACH payment. And then after we receive the payment, we'll change your plan to premium plan official or whatever it is. So he can create this premium plan pending. It's basically asking to register as a free member. And what he'll want to do is under the sign up settings, this is the one you want. After sign up, set account status as on hold. Requires admin approval. So you'll probably want a special sign up email to go to them. So create a custom email template that will be sent upon signing up to this membership plan with the next steps and instructions. Set them on hold. After you receive the payment manually and you can verify it, then you can go in and manually change the user's plan from this pending on hold status to an active member, and maybe change them from the pending plan to the official premium plan or whatever it may be. So create a membership plan, free sign up. After sign up, set it on hold, and until your conditions are met, keep them on hold until you make them an active member and you manually change them to an active member. Okay, we got a few more hands up. All right, we're going to move on to Rich, good friend Rich.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Great, great. Hey, 2 comments and a quick question. First, this idea of the sub and parent account, what's a case scenario or situation for that?
I always love to use this. Let's say you're a talent agency and you manage 10 different actors and 10 bands and 10 singers, and you want to join a gig website as an example. So you can have your talent agency account, but you don't need that one really to be searchable, but you want to create profiles for all your talent, the different bands. Or if you're a law firm, the law firm can have a master account and they want to create profiles for all the individual lawyers that work at the law firm, but they want to manage it from one master account. So that's just a couple use cases there.
Well, I've never even knew this was a feature and option. This is perfect for us as a Podcasters Directory, because on the Podcasters Directory, we've had requests from agents representing a handful of guests that they book on podcasts. So now they can create an agency account and then create their guest profiles underneath there, right? And then manage all those.
Precisely. So this will be premium, obviously, because all the sub accounts they're creating profiles for, they're going to get visibility on the site.
Right.
So again, you can choose what the pricing or model will be, or limit how many sub accounts a parent account can create. But it's called the multi-member manager add-on, and I just shared a link in the chat. So if you want to learn more about that, you certainly can.
Yeah, perfectly. I'm going to do that. And then on the also, another thing I learned, this redirect from login, we've always just had to go to the dashboard, but I love this idea of we can redirect to that, and using the blocks, we could have a tab in there to redirect to their where they can go to their dashboard, right? Another block could be for tutorials, for teach them about features of the site and benefits of the site and all that good stuff, like almost an educational kind of page that they land on.
Absolutely. One of the tabs could be upselling your services too. Like request a profile review or something. Make sure, I'm just coming up with examples here, but I love the idea of redirecting them to a personal portal page besides the dashboard now again, you can put custom content on that dashboard area, but again, it's just another option for you to utilize.
Yeah, because and then we can manipulate it, because every time they go to their login, they're always going to by default end up at their dashboard. But one of the little blocks could be just under their dashboard. But the other blocks we can customize, seasonal promotions, that good stuff. And then finally, my question is actually on the under categories on podcastersdirectory.com. We allow people to browse by categories, which we put the subcategories in there, but we can't figure out how to resort so they alphabetize again.
So when you go to the site,
if we go to the site podcastersdirectory.com, then if you go to the very bottom, you'll see our categories under the footer.
Categories, right?
Yeah, under categories. So we have the main categories and then the subcategories. It's like for sports. So if you click on sports with the drop down, see, I can't figure out how to put those in alphabetical order.
Okay. I think that's in the general settings here. Just a moment here. Default category sort order. Let's do alphabetical A to Z. I'm in the general settings, search settings, default category sort order. Let's see if that fixes it for you. Yeah, we can see here under sport. This is the subs are not alphabetized. I mean, in alpha order. Let's refresh and see if that solves that for you. I'll clear this. Okay, now we're in alphabetical order here.
Wow, genius. Okay, our next cup of coffee is on me.
Okay, all right, Rich. Glad we could help you there. You're welcome.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. I think that's a good time to stop right there. Fantastic webinar. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. If we didn't get to your questions, please join us in the Facebook group. We'll have a replay of the webinar up sometime next week. And again, if you have questions that we didn't get to, please join us in the Facebook group. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. And the next webinar will be in 2 weeks. So on behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, thank you guys so much for joining us. It really was an awesome webinar. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful day and a brilliant week. Take care, stay safe, mask up. Bye-bye.